So, I was looking at the cBEST essays and I decided to start writing essays finally. And the main concern about my essay was that it was lacking a composition. So it was like an actual frame. So I started with the main essay where I have to write about two incidents in my life which influenced my decision to become a teacher. So I started with analyzing the essay. For example, write an essay, how it's supposed to be written. Throughout my life, I have made many decisions concerning my career goals. I wanted to do a variety of things, ranging from engineering to teaching, but certain circumstances and realizations discouraged me from carrying out these plans. My decision to be a psychologist was final after two incidents that occurred during my high school. So basically, it's not about teaching, but it's also is a very interesting specialty which is very popular in school, which is a psychologist. So basically, whenever to look at education, especially me, I don't have a degree in education, so it's very hard to analyze and make like 100% essay which is going to describe why actually you decided to become a teacher. To me, a teacher is a person who is either basically comes from the family of teachers, or during your lifetime you were exposed to any kind of achievements, Olympic game winners, fashion models, actors, non-political figures, and somehow you are disqualified from being a really grown-up person, a real politician, a real famous figure. So you had an option just to go and become a teacher. Uh, so basically, I fit into this category that somehow I was supposed to be a doctor, but somehow, which is weird, of course, I didn't turn out to be a doctor at all. And as much as I was trying to change my qualification or specialization during life, doing something else, I wasn't hired neither. So basically, in my essay, I would be addressing those things. But this is an essay for a psychologist. So the way I was looking at this, of course, I'm far away from writing a pass and score essay, but the way I'm looking at, for example, this person's essay is that I really am going to just consume all the structure. So basically, I'm not gonna. As much as I was thinking, like it took months for me to think about what incidents I had in life which prevented me from becoming a famous actor or actress and turned away into teacher, just a regular teacher. So I was thinking really hard. I was making my own investigations, and I think that it's extremely hard to write something real new. So basically, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be plugging in my own expressions, so it won't be a plagiarizing thing. And still, it's far away from actual exam. So I hope I'm going to improve in writing. But for example, the way I'm starting the essay. For example, to repeat again, she's writing. Throughout my life, I have made many decisions concerning my career goals. I wanted to do a variety of things, ranging from engineering to teaching. But certain circumstances and realizations discouraged me from carrying out those plans. So basically, she thinks that teaching is something better than psychology, but somehow she's not even qualified to be a teacher. So she really into teaching, but she cannot be a teacher. My decision to be a psychologist was final after two incidents that occurred during high school. So I don't want to be a teacher. I don't want to be a psychologist. So the way I wrote the opening statement was, for the past several years, I had made a lot of investigations about my future plans. I was involved in many projects during my school years, including acting, physics, and music. But different life events, which I'm going to be describing below, stopped me from realization of my dreams. My decision to become a teacher was firm after two different events. So basically, I don't like to think that teacher is something that's better than psychologist. Um, so basically, I'm just trying to say that I tried everything and I was really, uh, by my word choice, I'm trying to say that I'm really into thinking about it. I just really want to make a final decision what teacher and what kind of teacher I want to be. So, then I'm trying to write. Let's see what cBEST tells us to do. They say during my sophomore year, my boyfriend was arrested and sent to continuation high school. I was a sheltered girl with a high sense of values, and so this bewildered me and angered me. Soon this anger was channeled into a concern. We remained friends, and I tried to be supportive. I discovered many reasons why he was delinquent, but I felt helpless because I couldn't do very much for him. I realized that many people have frustrations and other problems that drive them to hurt themselves. Recognizing this, I wanted to help others with their problems. So, what I wrote is that I know that this probably is not gonna sound good on exam, but I don't know how else I can write about it. So that, for example, I went to elite high school, right? Somehow everybody succeeded, but not me. So the thing, I think the main reason why it happened was that I was just really short compared to other people. Even though I'm supposed to be, I'm call myself a tall person. There's much more people, who are much taller than me. So basically, how I'm dressing this is, I indeed had the girlfriend in um, middle school and high school, further later, who was extremely exceptionally tall, and she was exceptionally slim, and she was very good about academic achievements. So basically, she was valued as a very known and like really popular top model. So basically, what I write is during my middle school, I had a best friend who was very tall and good looking. I was tall also, and we both went to teenage model casting. My friend was exceptionally beautiful with very high academic achievements and rewards, and the same as I was at the time. Despite the fact my friend was cast while I was refused due to my height, which was few inches shorter than her, this event frustrated me. I made a decision to excel in sciences, in physical and natural sciences, and succeed in modeling in the future. I had to work on makeup technique, posture, runaway walk, portfolio making skills. Thus, during my school years, I had to be in a few fashion shows and photo shoots. My eagerness to communicate helped me to fulfill my goal and learn how to share my skills with others. So I'm still confused about it. I don't think it sounds really appropriate, but it does sound really awkward, but it's the truth, and I just really think that the main problem that happened to me is that um, she was very slim and very tall, and I wasn't very tall, and she was doing gymnastics while I was doing swimming. So basically, I turned out to be a little shorter but stockier and maybe more stubborn than her, and to her it came out as something came out for granted. Maybe she had other challenges which she doesn't want to talk about it, but I really had just like a common challenge that I'm sure that I'm supposed to be. So what cBEST tells us on the second paragraph, the second event. In the same year, my mother took me to a psychologist. I was going to see one because I have problems with my friends and I was very depressed and pessimistic about my life. Right away, I felt uncomfortable with the lady. When I explained the situation that was bothering me, she seemed to always tell me and I was feeling as all teenagers do. I felt as though she was silent from a textbook, readily willing to lump me into a stereotypical group. This made me more determined to counsel people. I'm a person who can see others as individuals, and I learned that this is necessary to work with people. And as many times as I read this, I just think that it's extremely hard for a teacher. Like, I'm trying to reveal myself, like, my friends are top models and stuff, but how would you write about it? Like, every teacher can write about it, can talk about it. So it's kind of hard, and as many times as I read this essay, I really think that it's written for an aid, but somehow they also have to, pass some kind of language test. So, so what I wrote is, in the second paragraph, for the same reason. Due to my short and stocky stature, I made a decision to become an actress and took acting class as an elective. I was very lucky with an instructor who was very passionate about his craft and who influenced my decision to become a stage actress. Even though I was very good about studying and had great stamina, at the end of the class I was cast the job of a spotlight operator. This event angered me and influenced my decision to become an art teacher in the future. It forced me to go out and meet people understanding that everybody should be treated as an individual. So basically, I'm plagiarizing a little bit what I was trying to say, that I was trying to succeed the second time, even though I knew that I'm extremely ambitious about what I'm doing. So what happened at the acting class is that I was so much being forced into an average student. The instructor so much didn't pay attention to me that even though I also was so good and I was having nice positive comments and I had straight A in the class, for some reason I was only offered a spotlight operator job. So basically, all my effort was turned against me. So basically, it forced me to really into socializing and studying sociology after I've been focused for many years on studying natural science. So basically, I had two incidents in life, like real incidents, which were negative experiences, which unfortunately somehow destroyed my ambitions and just forced me to be really realistic about life. So, what cBEST tells us, what do they tell us, how to finish all this? I've always had an awareness and concern for others, and these incidents helped me realize my calling. I love talking and being with people, but it is painful and confusing to see this drive people inflict upon themselves and others. Psychology is a field where I will be working directly with people and actually help them. It also represents a continuing learning process for me and will encourage me to keep growing. So, what I was writing is that even though I thought that basically in Soviet Union there is no like TA or something like this, there is no teacher assistant. I mean, at the time we went to school, there was no like real TA person. But as I'm thinking myself, I was some kind of TA in class, even though I was very good and I was trying to look good and I assumed that I can do theater and I can just, be paid for being in front of the camera. It turned out that it's not. So basically, people didn't want to tell me straight into my face because they think that everything is possible. But as a security thing, like the whole society works, people give you a feedback of a good person, that you stay with us, you're polite, and you look good every day, you're extremely nice to everybody. So we are giving you a feedback as a, there is like, I went to a good school, and a very good school, so basically I think I was some kind of TA. So what I write, I have always had a passion for teaching and concern about socializing, and those incidents helped me to affirm my decision. I love acting and singing, and I also had modeling skills. It is painful to see people unhappy, arguing over a negligent thing or over each other. Teaching is a field where I can help others, lead the way towards excellence, or liberate students from unnecessary effort.